Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is Friday, the 27th day of October. Today is National Black Cat Day. So be careful for all them black cats out there.
You gotta be careful.
It's Navy Day, Boxer Shorts Day, Cranky Coworkers Day, National Civics Day, National Mentoring Day, National American Beer Day, World Occupational Therapy Day as well, and a whole bunch of other stuff as well. Listofnationaldays.com. They've got a comprehensive list. It is amazing the number of
I
things
know
they
you're
have on
awfully
there.
proud of it.
No, I just think it's crazy because the other list, it was maybe 5 things. Every day there's so many things I can't even read them all. I am going to read this. I have a guest today, Heidi. Do you know who my guest is?
Who's your guest today?
Jake Tapper. You might know him from
Very
TV.
cool.
Or maybe you know him from one of his 6 books. Yeah, 6 different books out right now. His 3rd novel is out right now. It's called All the Demons Are Here. We're going to chat with him about that coming up in a bit.
It's more important now than ever before to have a better credit card. We would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. According to the old saying, the camera adds 10 pounds, but that might be true for television cameras. A new study, though, says it's definitely not the case when it comes to your phone camera, especially selfies. In fact, selfies actually make people seem significly slimmer than other camera
I agree
angles.
with that. I look at pictures of myself that are taken with cell phones. I'm like, oh, I look kind of cute. And then I see myself in the mirror. I'm like, ew.
Yeah, it's when I walk in a room and I hear the tuba music. University of York and York St. John University, they said they checked into this in the study. Test participants with eating disorders were even more inclined to perceive women as significantly slimmer. So they're saying this can actually cause issues for people who are struggling with like body awareness and stuff. Research team concluded that these women are at greater risk of negative impacts from viewing other people's selfies as opposed to other photographs. So bizarre stuff. Never even thought about it that way. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know Atari is now taking pre-orders for a physical cartridge for the company's classic 2600 console? Yeah, you heard that right. A gaming console that was the hottest thing in 1982 just released a new game. Yeah.
What?
The game in question is called Save Mary. It was developed during the console's golden years before being shelved when the 2600 went the way of the dodo bird. Pre-ordering one of these cartridges for $60 will get you a silver collector's edition box and a full color manual. In addition to the game itself, there's only 500 available. These are from 1982, but they were never sold.
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy? I know somebody who's a big Atari collector.
I know somebody who would love to have this.
And I bet our son would love to have one,
That's
too.
who I was
Oh,
thinking
is that
of.
you were thinking of? No, I was thinking of somebody else. But either way, I think it's pretty cool. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, a little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. It could be a magical moment. Danny DeVito has confirmed plans to reunite with Mara Wilson, who played his telekinetic daughter in 1996's Matilda. I think that's kind of cool. Matilda in concert has DeVito and Wilson narrating the cult classic.
Okay,
with
that's
composers.
what I was going to ask is how are they reuniting?
The New
I
Jersey
didn't-
Philharmonic Orchestra is going to be playing the music. So DeVito said they'll still try to do it sometime soon. It seems the strike may be coming to an end. So it got held up because of the strike, but he's like, no, I'm set. Let's do it. And Frasier is back on TV
love
after 19 years.
Frasier.
I have not seen it yet. I've had several people
I
who've seen
haven't
it.
either.
We should watch that. Maybe we'll do that tonight.
I saw parts like the preview of one of them.
Did it look good?
Well, it's a whole different. I mean, it's
of course it
a
is.
whole different vibe.
Yeah, it's 19 years later.
It's 19 years later. It's in a different city. It's not a radio thing. It's a whole different vibe.
Well, that's what they said it was going to be. Big screen.
But I
little
didn't
screen.
like it. And Niles isn't there, and I don't know.
Wow, she was so excited until she found out it wasn't exactly what it used to be.
I was.
Big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Tina Fey and Amy Poehler just added new 2024 dates to their joint comedy tour. I know a lot of folks that are big fans of them, so that's pretty cool. A lot of folks excited for that. And Taco Bell has added, I think this is kind of funny. This was almost going to be my weird news for today.
Okay.
Taco Bell has added premium chicken nuggets to their menu in Minneapolis.
Okay.
They did this in a direct swipe at their competitor, McDonald's. Crispy chicken nuggets are now being test marketed at 83 Taco Bell locations for a limited time. They started in Minneapolis. Now this rolled out to 83 locations. A spokesperson said, this is like truly a very premium nugget. It's not a chicken nugget patty you might get at some fast food restaurants. This is very much more elevated, end quote. I read that word for word.
But you don't go to a taco place wanting chicken nuggets.
And
So random.
I think it's really funny that the quote, first of all, sounds like it came from a 12-year-old.
As
Really?
did their new menu. So
And I had a friend that was talking about this. He was like, because they quite often will add like limited time items to their menu. And he's like, what kind of stoners are coming up with these things? So you know what I could go for? I go for some Doritos and I go for a taco, but I don't want to eat two things. Like, what if we jam them together somehow? Dorito Loco Taco. So anyway, but here's the thing. Here we are talking about it. Maybe they're like crazy as a fox and they're going to laugh all the way to the bank. We'll see what happens. It just sounds a little odd to me. That's why it's here instead of weird news. It's not weird, just a little odd. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. If you're looking for a new opportunity, South Dakota is calling. There's over 27,000 open jobs at this very moment. Whether you like the city life or if you're more of a fan of the rural lifestyle, South Dakota has plenty to offer. From the Black Hills and the Badlands on the west side of the state to the rolling prairies in the middle with many small towns and the city of Sioux Falls on the eastern edge, there's no state income tax in South Dakota and many job opportunities. Learn more about what's waiting for you in South Dakota at movetosd.com. That's movetosd.com. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday. We have New York Times bestselling author Jake Tapper. You might know him from television as well. He's got his third novel, his sixth book out right now. Jake, where do you find time to write all these?
I do a lot of writing in the morning after my kids go off to school before the workday starts. And I find like if I really focus on that time and, you know, an hour here, an hour there, it adds up. So that's when I do it. That's the big secret.
I absolutely need to get better at my to-do list. Now, All the Demons Are Here. This is your third novel. Are the three novels kind of tied together?
Well, you don't have to read one of them to understand the others, but it is all the same family. It's a Congressman, Charlie Martyr, and his wife Margaret, and their two kids. And it starts in the 50s. The first one, the Hellfire Club, takes place during the Joe McCarthy era. The second one, The Devil May Dance, takes place with the Rat Pack. And this third one is their kids are the main characters, Ike and Lucy, and it takes place in 1977. And Ike is an AWOL Marine, and he's on the pit crew of Evel Knievel. And the daughter, Lucy, is working for a tabloid in D.C., and that's during an era where supermarket tabloids and serial killers are are a really big thing in American pop culture.
Now, there's some real people like Evel Knievel in this book, but it's a novel, so this is not like their true life story, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, I play with things that really happened, like at the beginning of the book, Evel Knievel is in Chicago and he jumps over a pool of sharks, and that really did happen, and that was like 8 months before Fonz jumped the shark on Happy Days. But there are a lot of things I play with that are not true, and obviously the main characters are not real. But it is fun to play with like historical fiction. It's fun to take real people, whether it's Joe McCarthy in the first book or Sinatra in the Rat Pack in the second book or Evel Knievel in the third, and play with them and have them interact with my fictional characters.
Now, Jake, these books kind of almost read like a movie. Do you kind of someday hope to see these as a movie?
Actually, we've been talking to, for the second book, the one that takes place with the Rat Pack in L.A. in 1962, there's a crew of us that's working on trying to make that into a streaming show, and we were just, had to put everything on pause because of the writer's strike, but we just literally 2 minutes ago scheduled our first Zoom meeting since the writer's strike, and Christian Slater is interested in playing Charlie. And so hopefully that's the big goal, and there's a big streamer attached, and I can't really go into more than that now. But yeah, no, we're planning on it.
Well, I think it would translate very well to a movie or streaming. Now, the title, All the Demons Are Here, I thought that this was the perfect time of year for a book like that, right before Halloween. But where does that title come from?
Well, sure. That's based on a Shakespeare quote from The Tempest. There's a big shipwreck going on at the very beginning, and one of the characters is complaining that hell is empty and all the devils are here, and that's just her way of saying that just all hell has broken loose and everything bad is everything. All the devils are not in hell anymore; they're on Earth, and that theme is evoked at the end of the book when all hell is breaking loose on this one island in Georgia when these two stories are converging. So Ike is an AWOL Marine. He's very disillusioned with the United States, and that feeds into like what we're all kind of going through right now in America, but also what America was going through in the late 70s because of Vietnam and because of Watergate. And he is taken up with Evel Knievel, and Evel Knievel in my book runs for president, and that's actually less fantastic than you might think, because Evel Knievel actually did run for president kind of as a stunt by the Chamber of Commerce in Montana in 1972. But in my book, it's kind of more like a precursor to Donald Trump, a big celebrity who is famous and beloved for shooting from the hip and having this real showmanship.
So do you think there will be another novel in this series, or do you feel like number 3 was the final one?
I think they'll write some more. There's a lot more fun to have, I think, in the 1980s, although I do miss nonfiction. I wrote a book about Afghanistan about a decade ago called The Outpost that was really meaningful to me. It was a true story about this one outpost in Afghanistan. They made it into a movie a few years ago with Orlando Bloom and Scott Eastwood, and that was a really meaningful experience for me to write about that. So I'll probably write a few more nonfiction books before I go back to fiction.
All the Demons Are Here. It's available right now. Our guest has been Jake Tapper. Jake, thank you for your time, sir.
A lot of fun. Thank you so much.
I've got a link to the book in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
It's more important now than ever before to have a better credit card. We would love to help at bettercreditcards.com. We offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we can help you find a good fit for you at bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Identical twins do not have the same fingerprints, so they're not completely identical.
I knew that,
All right.
actually.
Fun fact. You probably learned it on Forensic Files.
I did.
Yeah. She's a big fan of that show.
Love Forensic.
She's watching and taking notes, learning how to murder me. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Costco sells 700% more hot dogs annually than a Major League Baseball stadium, all of them combined.
I don't doubt that one bit.
A lot of hot dogs.
They're also a lot cheaper than...
Yeah, that's very true. I got a hot dog at a baseball field once, and I was like...
You almost need a second mortgage.
I just wanted one. They're like, no, that is for one. I'm like, oh, I thought I was buying for everybody here. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Vatican City could fit inside the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The entire city could. Isn't that crazy? Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Dead people can get goosebumps. We learned that on Tuesdays with
I
Charlie.
did learn that a long time
And
ago.
our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Cows have best friends. We've talked about
We've
that
talked
before
about
as well.
that. I think that is so
Apparently,
sweet.
we've read every fact on the internet now.
We know everything.
Maybe not everything. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help you protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question, Heidi. 16% of us say we exercise for this reason. What is it?
To look good naked.
No, that's probably way more than 16%. I don't know. To socialize.
Oh.
Yeah. I socialize. That's why I don't exercise. It's talking way too long. Now I'm going to have to just hit the showers.
Yep. Pretty much.
Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way courtesy of Mintervention.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. You've heard of self-driving cars, right?
Yes.
But have you ever heard of having one delivered by mail?
No.
Yeah, a Swedish startup is looking to turn IKEA's flat package furniture design into cars. Lovely has developed its first model, the O, which is so light and modular it can be packed flat to save thousands of tons of emissions when it comes to shipping. Designed for urban commuting, the lovely O has two 35-pound battery packs that can be switched out to extend its range of just 62 miles. With a top speed of 55 miles per hour, the car is 37 inches shorter than the already compact Fiat 500. That's what Heidi drives, by the way.
I can't imagine.
37
shorter.
inches shorter. And check this out. It also comes with a key safety feature inspired by Formula One cars, light but rigid aluminum chassis. Lovely's cars have a dual layer of foam on the outside and inside of the car's vehicle skeleton, helping absorb potential impacts. Priced at $10,500, the car is not flat packed and shipped to the customer, but to an authorized dealer for assembly. The car also plans to offer flat pack technology to major automobile manufacturers. I think it sounds really weird, but you know what? Maybe someday that's the way they'll all do it. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Why aren't you married? It's a question that singles hate to hear, but in 1899, a Victorian magazine asked women why they weren't married. Here were some of their hilarious answers. Keep in mind, 1899. Because, like a piece of rare china, I'm breakable and mendable, but difficult to match. Aww. Because I have other professions open to me, in which the hours are shorter, the work is more agreeable, and the pay is possibly higher. Why are you not married? Because I am an English lady and the Americans monopolize the market. Because I am like the rifle volunteers, always ready but not yet wanted. Oh. For men are scarce, but fools are plenty. That's why I'm single and 7 and 20. So she was 27. And the list goes on. These are hilarious so far. I'll do one last one.
Actually, some of them are kind of sad.
I do not care to enlarge my menagerie of pets, and I find the animal man less docile than a dog, less affectionate than a cat, and less amusing than a monkey. Well, thank you.
She sounds like a barrel of laughs.
You can read them all. It's the list in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. If you're looking for a new opportunity, South Dakota is calling. There's over 27,000 open jobs at this very moment. Whether you like the city life or if you're more of a fan of the rural lifestyle, South Dakota has plenty to offer. From the Black Hills and the Badlands on the west side of the state to the rolling prairies in the middle with many small towns and the city of Sioux Falls on the eastern edge, there's no state income tax in South Dakota and many job opportunities. Learn more about what's waiting for you in South Dakota at movetosd.com. That's movetosd.com. Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of insurancechicken.com. Quote today is from Ellen DeGeneres, who said, "Accept who you are, unless you're a serial killer." Oh, that's good. Quote of the day comes your way. Oh, hey, I want to remind you before I even say that. If you come across something that's funny, a funny quote, or any of the things that we talk about on this program, you hear something that makes you think, oh, this would be a good weird news story or a good funny story or good whatever, good news story, you can submit those things to me. I have several people who do, and I would love it if you would. You can do it right at the page, johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news. I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. Take a listen to this. A woman was feeling depressed. Her doctor prescribed her a cat. That's kind of fun. A woman who was suffering from depression.
We hear about that all the time.
Received a rather unconventional prescription from her heart doctor. The thing, a lot of people get cats or dogs, but it's usually not prescribed by your doctor. Robin Sipe, a local resident, had been under the care, a local resident wherever the story is from. Let's see, it's from Virginia. Had been under the care of Dr. Earl King, a renowned pulmonary physician, for several years due to ongoing lung issues. Dr. King had become an integral part of her health care journey, having saved her life multiple times. But a recent appointment was a little different. Sipe walked into Dr. King's office feeling profoundly sad and emotionally distressed. Dr. King, not only concerned about her physical health, but also about her emotional well-being, inquired about the cause of her depression. She revealed that she was grieving the loss of her beloved cat. In an extraordinary display of empathy and a unique approach to treatment, Dr. King prescribed a novel solution to her emotional struggles: a new cat. I recommend that she consider adopting a new cat, and I actually wrote her a prescription for it. Cats and dogs can play a crucial role in a patient's comfort, well-being, and even cardiovascular and lung health. Sipe left the appointment feeling both touched and inspired by her doctor's unconventional advice. As fate would have it, on her way home, she stumbled upon a three-legged kitten named Earlene at a local farm. Earlene had suffered an injury shortly after birth, causing her to lose one of her front paws. So now these two are like chums. You can see a video and there's photos and all that. It's actually kind of cool. I've got a link to the story. Heidi's rolling her eyes over here. Where did I lose you? The three-legged cat part?
Well, it's the whole, I'm giving you a prescription for a cat when the cat she already had a cat. Her cat died. Of course she was sad. Hey, go replace your cat.
Why didn't I think of
I
this?
should be a doctor.
Well, you got that part figured out. It's all the schooling you don't have. All right. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday.